Hello then, welcome to Mark Hart's Hypnotherapy. Tonight we have the lovely Sarah. Sarah was a client of mine not too long ago, and she has kindly said she would come online and give us a quick testimonial as to how things were for her. Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
All good?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. It means a lot to me, it means a lot to the people that are going to watch it, and those magic words that you say are going to resonate with somebody and help somebody. So,
Mhm.
we saw each other very recently, and well, why don't you just take it away and tell us what it was all about, what it was for?
Yeah, um it was mainly for anxiety. So I had a baby about 4 months ago, and I've never really been one to suffer with like stress or anxiety before, really. Maybe a bit of a worrier, but never to sort of the extreme. But it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, really. I think a traumatic birth that I had it kind of sparked some sort of uncontrollable anxiety within me, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. Basically, it sort of took over my life almost, really. So and I knew I needed sort of help being able to control it. And I'd heard good things about hypnotherapy, and I almost wanted help to sort of, what's the sayings that I used to use, declutter my mind.
Yeah, that became a favorite word of yours, declutter,
It,
didn't it?
it did, yeah,
Yeah.
declutter. And so I Googled hypnotherapy, and you come up top search. And what struck me was a 98% success rate, and I was like, wow, this can't just be not well. And so I watched a lot of the videos and the people, and I thought, gosh, there's people similar to me and similar to things that I was going through, and they were, telling their success stories. So I thought, what have I got to lose, really? And that's obviously when I reached out to you.
Mhm.
Um, I picked up the phone, you answered within, 2 rings, and said to me, give
Uh,
me a couple of hours and we'll go through and we'll have a chat, which you did. And even from that chat, I just remember you saying to me, if you decide to go with me or not, you've got this. You're going to get through this. And that still sticks in my mind now.
Yeah, it's really important. It and anybody that watches my videos, many of my videos, um, it is probably the most important thing I think I say on the
Mm.
initial call.
Yeah,
The fact that you've picked up the phone or and you've said, I need help. That's half the battle won. It
yeah,
really is half the battle won. And
yeah.
after that, it's just all downhill. No, it's not really downhill. It's kind of, it's just, you know, it just goes into a crazy rabbit hole, isn't it? Because
It
especially if you've
does.
never had hypnosis before. So tell us what your experience was then of hypnosis. Our visits, from 1 to 4, and what your
Yeah,
experience with hypnosis was like.
yeah. So I'd say like the first session, I remember you asking me, was I nervous? And I was like, no, because I think at that point I was so desperate to get going. I was like, no, I've been so looking forward to this. I can't wait. I couldn't wait. Um, and I remember our first sort of introduction call, and I was like, how quick can we start? And you did accommodate me very quickly, so it was lovely. So I was so raring to get going, and I remember you saying to me like, "Are you a crier?" And I was like, "No, no, I'm quite an introvert. I don't really cry." And you was like, "Okay, all right." And then I can't really remember the technique that we used on the first one, but I
Mm.
just remember when I was going down, and it's weird because my husband says to me like, "How long are you under?" And I'm like, "But you're not under. You're like you're fully aware of everything around you. You can hear the noises around you, and sometimes you are just thinking normal thoughts. It's a bit hard to describe. It's not like you go into some sort of out of body experience, but." And then I just remembered like just oh, I think you said you see yourself as a little girl, and all of a sudden I was in tears. I was in absolute tears, and I couldn't even tell you the last time I cried. I couldn't
Yeah.
even tell you. It probably been months, because I had so much anxiety, as more than sort of, the sort of sadness feelings. And out the blue, I was just like, what is this? What? And as soon as I started, 5 minutes later, I'd stopped, and it was just like, it was really, really bizarre. Um, and I just remember you saying, the colour red, and every time after that, I see a red car or red flowers or red standby light. That it means happiness, and even now, hence why I've got red nails.
There you go. Play the game. Play the game. And a Mark Carter hypnotherapy top tip for ladies and gents, actually. If you're going to wear eyeliner, waterproof.
Yes, yeah, it was all over my face, and as I say, I hadn't cried. I couldn't even tell you the last time I cried.
Yeah.
It was just, yeah, really bizarre. But I was letting go of something.
Yeah.
And then I think I said to you the next day, I spent the whole next day, like, just very emotional. And again, it was almost like it unlocked something, because I say I hadn't cried. And then, so I think the second session, I felt maybe a little bit more nervous, I guess, a little bit more nervous. I can't really remember the second one and what we did. I remember the third one, which was the train journey. And as I said to you, I actually see some faces that I was pushing off the train. That was good. And then obviously our last one around taking control in the control room. And my eyes were just, at one point when you said go crazy, go mad, turn all these knobs, and I can't even do it now. I couldn't, like, if I closed my eyes and tried to move my eyes side to side like I wouldn't even be able to do it now. It was bizarre. My fingers were doing this, which I didn't know until you said that's what they were doing. And and it was obviously I was obviously switching something. So yeah.
Absolutely right. And going back, you said the words, I was letting go of something. Not I was letting go of this, that, or the other. I was letting go of something. And the beauty of what's called non-content hypnosis, in other words, I do not need really to know your life story or what you've been through, is the fact that the mind knows what it is and it's hidden it away from you. It's too traumatic for you. So it's hidden it away, which is why you still no idea what it was, because it's basically taken the trash out the back.
Yeah, because I kept saying to you, I remember in the first one, I think it's because of this, and you kept saying to me, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be something that happened years ago.
Yeah.
And this just triggered it. So don't try and work out what it is. Don't try and overanalyze what it is.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
And that's another amazing thing. Thank you for that. Ladies and gents, if you're struggling with anxiety, do not bother trying to find out what it is, what it's about, where it's come from. You are wasting your time. It has been locked away for good reason, because it is too much for you to handle. And the mind's just waiting for you to say, look, whatever it is, I'm ready to get rid of it because it's impacting my life. So don't try. The only thing you need to concern yourself with is the fact that you've decided, I'm doing something about this. That is the only thing to concern yourself with. And as for the eye movement, when Sarah was under, her eyelash, you could see her eyeballs going crazy underneath, and the eyelashes were giving it that as well. And all that is the mind processing information, because here's the thing. You can't think without moving your eyes, okay? Try and work out a big sum in your mind, and you'll immediately look up and go, right, okay, or you'll, if you're confused, you'll go like that and you'll look down. You cannot think without moving your eyes. So if you're having a problem with too much thought, lock your eyes. Lock your eyes, and you may find that actually helps. So yeah, all it is with the eyeballs going crazy, it's just processing information at super light speed.
Able to do it. I wouldn't even be able to do it as quick as I was doing it then, even if I tried now. So yeah,
that's right. It's like REM sleep, just like REM sleep. That's one, and so we've gone through the sessions, and you've looked like Chi Chi the panda on one occasion, having worn non-waterproof eyeliner. Um, and after the final session, what would you say? How would you say you are now compared to what you were before?
Yeah, so I mean, my anxiety is, totally lifted from where it was. I think, it's fair to say that you will still have some level of anxiety, but it's being able to control that, not being able to, not being scared of it, I guess. And I think I'd got to a point where I was, and I didn't want to feel it. I didn't want to feel it, and I kept saying to you at the beginning, like, I don't want to feel, I just want this anxiety to go away. And you kept saying to me, but anxiety is a natural feeling. You will have some, we have to have some of it,
Yes.
but it's being able to control it.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably where I am now.
Yeah.
You know, um,
Sarah makes
yeah,
another great point, and she's talking about um, there is anxiety, that you do need anxiety in your life. Some anxiety is actually very good for you.
yeah,
It's that anxiety that, so for example, if you're going to sit an exam in a few weeks' time, the anxiety about failing makes you work that little bit harder so that you don't fail the exam. All right, so some anxiety is actually good for you. And another point that Sarah makes is, yeah, it's going to keep coming. Life is all about challenges. Life is
mhm,
about a little bit of anxiety coming at you. But the difference is now is when you see anxiety coming at you, you can say to it, I've got this. Yeah, it's giving me
yeah,
butterflies in the stomach, and yeah, it's a bit nervy, but I've got this. I'm going to deal
yeah,
with it.
yeah. And I think it makes you a stronger person, like being able to do that.
Mhm.
Um, it takes some practice and it takes some time, but I
Yes.
think,
Yeah.
these things happen probably to everybody at some point in their life. And I think once they they do overcome it and they can control it, they become a stronger, better
Abs-
person, I think.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So just, oh, and how's your sleep?
Yeah. So I remember the first, I can't know if it was the first or second session, I think it might have been, and I kept saying to you, I just can't sleep. I'll wake up between 12 and 2, and then I'd go off into this deep sleep at 4. And so you worked it out, and was like, how much of how much under hypno that you was
Mhm.
going to put me.
Yeah.
And I just remember my head being much deeper than the first weeks.
Mhm.
So it was evident that I was obviously deeper into hypno.
Mhm.
And I've gone completely the other way where I totally sleep like a baby, and I can't get myself out of bed in the mornings because I'm so tired.
Sorry.
But yeah, so yeah, and I have no troubles now. Even I've still obviously got a baby, and even getting up to see to him getting back into bed. Before, I wasn't going back off because I was just laying there, worrying, and now I'm sort of back in and I'm straight back off again. So yeah, it was completely resolved.
There you go. And the way that works, ladies and gents, if you do struggle with sleep, if you're going to see a therapist, um, take this information with you. The time you go to bed and what time it is in the early hours of the morning that you keep waking up. Because what you'll find is that you will be waking up more or less the same time. And the sleep process is this: it goes from bedtime and it works in 1.5 hour cycles. So what I'm looking at is what time it is when they wake up and where about in that cycle they are. And I know then how far and how deep to take them into hypnosis and what level we're working at. So yes, there's another little lesson for everybody.
Mm.
Sarah, is there anything else you'd like to add or?
Um, something did. Oh, so the other thing that I do, um, is on your website you offer a free 10-minute meditation. Um, and just to say that I downloaded that, and well, not meditation, a 10-minute hypno
Audio,
uh,
yeah.
audio, and I use it almost like a meditation every night. Before I go to sleep, I put it on, and you talk about taking yourself to a favourite place, which for me is a beach on holiday when for my 40th birthday with my family, my mum and dad. and you talk about a spinning light, a big ball of white spinning light, and basically to shift all your, your garbage,
your woes and
your
worries,
mind,
and yeah.
into that light. And I do that every night. And I think, that, and I will do now. That's sort of my meditation. That's sort of, clear my mind before I go to sleep.
Yes.
So I think you should probably sell these things. You should probably make these more of them, and offer them up, because as I say, and it works. Like, I go under still just with an audio. I don't even, you get to the point where you say try and open your eyes, and I can't.
I can't let me.
So
I stuck. There you go.
works.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Thank you
works.
for that. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, when you go, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to bed, another lesson here, thanks to Sarah bringing it up. When you go to bed, the last thought you should have on your mind is something really nice. Okay. Even if you've had a really awful day, look at it this way. Most people go to bed, they think, oh my God, what an awful day. And I've got the same crap to come tomorrow. Well, that's what's going to happen. But if you go to bed and you say, do you know what? Today was a challenging day, but I've learned something from those challenges. And as a result, I'm going to be that bit better tomorrow, a bit better person, perhaps, in which case then you're just going to improve.
Mhm.
Okay. So finish your day off with a positive thought. Even if it's been the most horrendous day, there is something. Just find it and say, yeah,
Yeah.
I've got this.
Yeah.
Okay. Sarah, thank you so much for doing this. Ladies and
Okay.
gents, as
You,
always, yeah,
you help.
so, ladies and gents, as always, you can find me on Google, YouTube, Instagram. My website is www.markcarterhypnotherapy.com. And Sarah, thank you so much for doing this.
You're
And
welcome.
I wish you a good night. And
Yeah,
remember, you can always call me back if you want that
I will
spa.
do.
Uh,
Yeah, decluttering and spa.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
will
We'd have that
do.
spa day. So, ladies and gents, it just remains me to say this is Mark Carter, Mark Carter Hypnotherapy, wishing you the very best mental, emotional, and physical health. Good night.